NASCAR Heat 5 officially is coming out this July. Hey guys, it's Alan Bailey here, and yeah, I'm going to talk about the newly announced NASCAR Heat 5. Available on the PS4, the Xbox One, PC, and on Steam. The Gold Edition releasing on July 7th, 2020. It features Tony Stewart on the cover with exclusive content, we'll get into that in a little bit, featuring Smoke. Also, we have the regular edition that's going to be releasing on July 10th, 2020, with Chase Elliott on the cover. Now, what's the difference between these two editions? Well, like I said, we're going to get into it, but here's what you need to know. $70 or $69.99 available for pre-order now for that Gold Edition. You're going to be getting it a few days early on a Tuesday, but a few days later, if you want to save some cash, you can get the Chase Elliott regular edition, be available for $49.99. And yes, they are available for pre-ordering through all of the outlets that you can normally pre-order games on. Now, let's get into this. 704 Games and publisher Motorsports Games announced NASCAR Heat 5 in an announcement trailer that got dropped earlier this week. It promised new features, new enhancements, but what actually is different between NASCAR Heat 4 and NASCAR Heat 5? Considering it's only been about 10 months since NASCAR Heat 4 hit the shelves in September 2019, there better be at least a few things and not just a few graphics changes and minor reskinning. But as I dove more into this, and as more information has come out in the last couple days about it, the more it seems like this is basically a DLC kit hyped up and just slapped on with a new 5 on it. Now, let's get into this here. Brand new testing mode. This is the major selling point out of everything that the NASCAR community and the NASCAR gaming community has griped about. What is the one thing that the developers gave us in NASCAR Heat 5? A testing mode. Good job, guys. That's exactly what we want. According to the website, you can test your car's setup and make the proper adjustments ahead of time to increase your chances of winning during the official races where it counts. That's a direct quote from their website. They're really hyping up the fact that you can now test a car, as opposed to the 1-hour practice session that you had and then just reset the game and practice again. No. That wasn't enough time. Brand new testing mode, so you could just run laps. Yay! Okay, now we go a little further on their website. Immersive career mode. Well, what's so immersive this year? Well, work your way to the top. Starting in the Extreme Dirt Tour Series, moving through the Gander RV and Outdoor Truck Series, NASCAR Xfinity Series, before you reach the pinnacle, the NASCAR Cup Series. Alternatively, you can drive straight into the big time. Translation, it's exactly the same as it was in NASCAR Heat 4. All right, what are the new features? What are the features of this game? All 34 officially licensed tracks that you can race on across the series and across the country, including Daytona, Indianapolis, Talladega, plus 5 fictitious dirt tracks. The exact same from NASCAR Heat 4. All right, Challenge Mode. Brand new Challenge Mode offers race scenarios to complete while online challenges vary the gameplay. Essentially, all those meh challenges that we got in NASCAR Heat 4 are being played online now. Does that mean we're going to get new ones added month to month for paint schemes that have very, 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 very little differences between one paint scheme and the next? Oh, as opposed to Joey Logano's regular paint scheme, which is, the one he races all the time, this one's the winning one that has 3 scratches on it. Isn't that great? It's not the other paint schemes that he runs, but it's the one that he won in that has 3 scratches. Oh, look at that. Oh, 3 scratches. Yay. So excited for that. Not. We also have the esports support. Now, this is actually a big thing, but not that many people are going to utilize it. Take part in the NASCAR Heat Pro League qualifiers for a chance to race for a real-life NASCAR team. This is actually a big deal if you plan on actually attempting to make a career at esports racing, but I'm going to say 99% of us aren't actually going to do this / aren't going to be good enough to do it. No offense to anyone, I'm not going to be good enough to do it. I'll probably try it and fail miserably, and yeah, I'll put that up so you guys can watch. The question that I've seen floating around online is Kyle Larson in this game? Well, it looks like yes. If you actually look at some screenshots of the game itself, we actually see the 42 car in a number of different ones. However, multiple versions of this car have popped up online. One that has Kyle Larson's name clearly visible above the door and on that back window, and one that has that photoshopped out completely. So my guess is in July when the game comes out, probably Larson will be in the game. It'll show his picture, it'll show his name, and when that first DLC comes out, it'll just say Kenseth, or the car will just be blank and it'll just say 42, either or. We're going to have to wait until the game launches in July in order to see this. But as far as Heat 5 is concerned, it's a bunch of very tiny changes, not big new features. The feature that they are really pushing right now, if you go online, is DNFs. Yeah, believe it or not, you'll actually be able to DNF a race. Now, what does that mean? Random blowups, random inconsistencies, your car catching on fire and your race ending, fuel cell blowing up. These are all things that have happened in past NASCAR games, specifically the NASCAR Thunder series. But is that essentially what is coming to the NASCAR Heat series now with NASCAR Heat 5? The solo practice sessions without AI cars are a kind of cool feature, but nobody really wanted them. Nobody asked for them. Nobody craved this. You know the thing everybody wants, literally? The paint booth. Looking online at the features list that's actually featured on multiple websites as well as the back of the box itself as a selling point for the game, career mode. Progress through the feeder series, Extreme Dirt Tour, Gander Trucks, and Xfinity series to reach the NASCAR Cup series, or jump right on in and start at the top. This is exactly what we saw in NASCAR Heat 4. No changes. Improved stats. Track your progress throughout the career with more detailed and improved statistics offering far more insight. This is something that the NASCAR gaming community has actually been asking for. Me, I kind of wanted to see it, but it's not the main thing I wanted. I'm open to seeing what exactly we're going to see with these improved statistics, because the statistics weren't too bad in previous games, but I would actually like to see which races I ran, and a lot more of a detailed breakdown of what past seasons and past series looked like throughout my entire career once I'm actually in the gameplay. Gameplay enhancements, improve AI, more player camera options, and DNFs. Now, the improved AI, I'm interested to see what that is. Supposedly, it's going to be a more detailed version of the rival and friend system that we've seen. At least that's the long-term goal. More camera angles is something that most people have been asking about. It hasn't really bothered me. The camera angles, I believe, were fine in NASCAR Heat 4, but we're going to see an improvement in NASCAR Heat 5. The DNFs, don't know why necessarily you would want to push that while selling a game, but okay. The multiplayer, race online with up to 40 players, or enjoy local split-screen multiplayer with a friend. Again, exactly what we saw in NASCAR Heat 4, no changes. But this last bullet point upsets me, and it seems like it's upset a lot of you. Paint booth. Even more enhancements, including new number fonts and schemes. Are you kidding me? This is literally the one feature that NASCAR fans and NASCAR game fans have unanimously been screaming about. New paint booth, an actual paint booth. It's something that we've had in previous NASCAR games, and this is something that the NASCAR Heat series has dropped the ball on. It's not hard, yet they're just going to throw new number fonts at us and new paint schemes. At least give us the option to pick the paint scheme when in career mode and when in other modes. It's not hard. This is literally the one feature NASCAR fans have been waiting almost 6 years for. Bring the paint booth back. Make a basic one. At least make it so that we can upload our own, because some of us know how to do graphic design a little bit. And that's a huge market in and of itself with online sim racing. Now, what exactly comes in the Gold Edition, and is it worth the extra $20? Well, It does have 3 Tony Stewart paint schemes, including the 2011 Office Depot Championship paint scheme and his 2016 Homestead Finales paint scheme. It also comes with the Tony Stewart audio, which might actually be good, and it actually comes with a contract offer from Stewart-Haas in the career mode. Now, does that mean he's going to offer you a contract in the Dirt Series, Truck Series, Xfinity, and then Cup? Or do you have the ability just to jump up right to Xfinity or Cup? I'm going to be interested to see how that plays out. And this is actually a big one for the career mode. $1.4 million in in-game currency. That's huge for the career mode. That'll essentially buy you a Cup team. So you can either join Stewart-Haas or start your own immediately. That's huge. Plus the NASCAR Heat 5 Season Pass content, which is 4 DLC packs. That actually might be worth it right there because those have been anywhere from $5 to $15, upwards of $20, depending on how big that DLC packs have been. Now, given the way that 2020 has gone so far, with most of the NASCAR season stopping and going to be starting again here in a couple weeks at Darlington and at Charlotte, I don't know necessarily how many paint schemes we're going to get in those DLC packs. Yeah, a lot of them have been announced, a lot of them have been rendered already, so they do have some information to work off of, but it still leaves me scratching my head on what the DLC packs will look like moving forward. In all, if you're a Tony Stewart fan, the NASCAR Heat 5 Gold Edition actually might be worth the extra $20 on top of the regular edition. But if you're looking just to save the money in this COVID land, just go ahead and get the NASCAR Heat 5 Regular Edition with Chase Elliott on the cover. It's essentially the same game with just a little bit missing from it. I have a feeling I'm getting that Gold Edition just so I can play the game a few days earlier and get new content out on this channel, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me put it that way. If you do pre-order NASCAR Heat 5, whether it's the Gold or regular edition, there is some exclusive content. You get a free career booster pack and in-game cash to build your own team. It comes with a Sunoco paint scheme for the Cup, Xfinity, and Truck Series, and additional cash bonuses of $125K in career, plus improved contract offerings in career up to the 4 tiers. The optional career boost means you will receive a contract offer from a higher tier team in whichever series you choose to begin your career in. Additionally, the in-game cash will kickstart the creation of your own team. This is only while supplies last, and online customer codes will be emailed within 2 days of the pre-order, so just wait and see. And in this COVID land, pre-ordering is not a bad idea, especially if you are a gigantic NASCAR fan like I am. Now, NASCAR Heat 4 versus NASCAR Heat 3 had a huge jump in the physics and in the gameplay itself. NASCAR Heat 4 obviously was better, but what has NASCAR Heat 5 done? What is the difference between 4 and 5? As far as gameplay and the physics themselves, almost nothing from what we're being told. It looks like it's going to be almost identical, if not identical. The thing that NASCAR Heat 5 has done, though, has made pit road adjustments. So it seems like mistakes on pit road might actually be a thing. It looks like maybe there might be more customization on pit road adjustments that we'll be able to do. Maybe even, and this is something that we haven't seen in NASCAR games for a while, you will actually have to maintain your own speed going down pit road and actually pit the car and get in and out of your pit box. That would be extremely cool. But frankly, I highly doubt that that's actually going to be a thing in NASCAR Heat 5, and probably it isn't even on the radar for the developers for the near future. In an interview with Game Informer this week, creative director Paul Coleman said, quote, "We feel like with Heat 5, we're reaching the end of a chapter. There's a lot of really important changes we want to make and take a run up as we look to the future of the franchise," unquote. Now, what does that mean exactly? I think it means ultimately that this is literally the end of the NASCAR Heat series. I don't think they're going to go for a rebranding come 2021. Maybe they will, but this is basically the end of the current generation. The PS4 and the Xbox One are going to essentially be obsolete after this calendar year, meaning that the next game that they develop will have to be for the PS5, and with that jump in technology, the game has to significantly improve. Essentially, they're starting from scratch. NASCAR Heat 5 is a big moment in NASCAR gaming history because established developer Monster Games no longer developing this series. 704 Games is now making the game entirely itself, with a brand new company, Motorsports Games, taking over as the publisher. Now, Motorsports is based in the UK and has a ton of former Codemaster veterans in its ranks, so in theory, this actually is a good thing, but we'll wait and see what happens long term with the series. Moving forward, though, This is actually the last chance, literally. This is the last pass that 401 Games gets from me, and it should get from NASCAR fans, because NASCAR fans have been screaming for some exclusive content, and one thing in particular, paint booth. And the fact that they haven't listened to us for 5 years, I think says something. And frankly, in NASCAR Heat 6, or whatever the new game will be called in 2021 when it debuts, 401 better bring a paint booth and better bring a pretty damn impressive game to the table, or they're going to lose NASCAR fans and NASCAR gaming fans for a while. Is NASCAR Heat 5 actually worth buying? Yes and no. If you like NASCAR Heat 4 and you're content with it, stay content with it. Continue to play it. You're not going to be missing much with NASCAR Heat 5. But if you're fed up with just small changes year after year after year, then protest. Don't buy NASCAR Heat 5. Yeah, I said it. You can protest. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to be putting up Let's Plays. So if you're worried about missing content, just come back to this channel and you'll get it right here. Trust me. It's not going to be a game that is going to set the NASCAR world on fire. If anything, it'll just have small improvements and essentially be a massive DLC from NASCAR Heat 4. If you don't have NASCAR Heat 4, is it worth getting NASCAR Heat 4 right now or waiting a few months to get NASCAR Heat 5? If you're tight on cash, I'd highly recommend buying NASCAR Heat 4 right now. Those games are going pretty cheap. You can get them as low as $25 online right now, as opposed to spending $50 in a couple of months to get NASCAR Heat 5, which has very few improvements over NASCAR Heat 4. When NASCAR Heat 5 releases in July, trust me, I'm going to be putting up a full review video and go through all of the features and show you my first reactions right here on this channel. But for now, continue to play NASCAR Heat 4. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any NASCAR Heat 5 content when it debuts later this year, and don't miss any NASCAR Heat 4 content while we still have it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think about NASCAR Heat 5 and all of the features in the comments section. I'll read them on an upcoming video. I'm Alan Bailey, and we'll see you at the track.